Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Chapter 3, Poem, The Blades of Grass, written by Stephen Crane. About the poet. Stephen Crane was born in New Jersey, USA. He worked as a journalist in New York before attempting to publish his first novel, which was too grim to find a readership. However, his next novel, The Red Badge of Courage, was hailed as a masterpiece. He came to England in 1897, where his novel was more warmly received. His other works include the volume of poetry and short stories. He died of the tuberculosis in 1900. Summary of the poem. The moral message of the poem, The Blades of Grass, is God who told us that when we are doing something good, like helping each other or supporting others, and pray that we should not be show off to the people around us and show the others how kind hearted we are. At the beginning of the poem, Mr. Crane told us that all the blades of grass were doing something that God told us not to. And in the middle of the poem, the humble blade of grass founded and already did the good things without counted out because he cannot remember it because he did them sincerely. The poem by Stephen Crane narrates that some blades of grass were standing before the Lord on the day of judgment. God demanded from them an account of all their actions, one in the world. They responded that they had done meritorious deeds in the world. One little blade of grass stood silently and ashamed. God asked him the same question to tell about his good deeds. The blade of grass answered that he did not know about his good actions. He had forgotten all his good deeds. God was much pleased with the answer of the little blade. God stood up from his throne and blessed and rewarded this little blade for his humbleness. The poet actually wants to say that one should not feel pride on what he had done in his life. One should be humble and not proud of it. One should do good deeds without a thought of reward. Some question about these. Question number one. What does God ask the little blades of grass? What do the blade of grass say in response? Answer. God asked the little blade of grass that what they did in their lives, and they began to narrate their deeds one by one in boastful way. Question number two. What does the little blade of grass say when it is addressed by God? Why was God moved by the blades? The little blades of grass answered that he did not know about his good actions. His way of response was full of humbleness, and thus God was moved by his answer. The poem uses a personification. Personification is talking about inanimate and abstract object as if they were human being talking and answering. Question number 3. What does the poet use? Why does the poet use blades of grass to communicate such a fundamental idea? Why didn't he use man to convey his idea? Answer. Giving human qualities to non-living things is called personification. The poet uses blades of grass to communicate his ideas because he wants to convey his message in an effective and moving manner. He wants to tell humans to know that even a small blade of grass knows how to respond and show humbleness and modesty before God. Thank you. Any question?